What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Planetary Rush Grandmaster. The episodes have been getting better and better, but recently the challenges have really begun. We got so many pro players that we have lost a little bit of confidence, but we are still very high in our almost 5.6k. Let's try to get it back. All right, first opponent of the day is going to be a Grandmaster Zerg, and I remember that in the last episode, we got absolutely humbled by Grandmaster Zerg, but I did learn a little bit from that. So what I thought back then, just to refresh your guys' minds, we lost, I think, with the Hellion Ghost strategy, the PF Hellion Ghost strategy, of course, against Mixu, who just attacked really fast and made a lot of Zerglings, didn't even allow me to repair or use my Hellions. Queen Micro was really good, and we just got absolutely smashed. But what I think could be the case is maybe if you go for Hellions, the good Zergs with good Queen movement are going to have an easier time. But with Reapers, there might always be something you can do, right? Because Zergling speed is not going to be done. You can harass the Queens. So maybe if I play like the really high MR Zergs, like in the range of 6k plus, maybe I'll just have to go for the Reaper strategy, as I'm going to try it out here. We did beat a good Zerg with the Reaper strategy before. I'm not sure if you guys remember that game. It was also on this map, but on the reverse spawns. That game, however, you could describe it as an accidental victory because I was really far behind and then I killed him with a Reaper SCV pull with a fake third. So, I'm not quite sure if we can replicate that kind of style, but at least we can try. Now, I just quickly want to ask you guys, I actually bought a new microphone. You might have heard it already. I've struggled a little bit getting the settings right. I didn't get the exact sound that I wanted and stuff. Ended up trying it anyway. So I guess you guys can tell me, whether you like it more, whether you like it less. Don't be too harsh. Don't write Mark. Please never speak again. This is just the worst thing I've ever heard. Unless you're in the positive side, if this is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard, then go ahead and let me know. I'll be very happy with that. Now, I was just about to start another gas. I don't think I should yet, though. But yeah, the sound should be relatively similar, but a little bit different. What I liked myself when I listened, it has less echo. I noticed a few people complaining about the echo, so I hope that is no longer the case, at least. But anyway, I'll just wait for your guys' comments. I need to catch back up in videos anyway. You guys noticed there's some videos missing now and then, and it's mostly because I was a little bit sick, so I wasn't able to record. Let's see it. Okay, for a second I thought it was a pull first, but that is a hench first. So I guess I'll probably upload this video tonight right after recording, and then I'll listen to what you guys tell me. Now, I do have to admit, guys, I wasn't paying super close attention to where the Overlord is, so I actually have no idea where it is. Which is pretty problematic if you want to hide a command center in their face. I can tell you that much. Okay, the Overlord is right there. What can I do to build a command center? I think since I'm playing Reapers, maybe I can actually just build it right here. It's very psycho, but, I don't shy away from my psycho plays. I'm just going to do that right there. I think with the Reapers, he shouldn't be able to kill it. It's going to finish right before Zergling speed. Ideally, I shave off enough Zerglings that he doesn't have like a snowball effect, though. Try to do as much damage on the Queen as possible. And this is what I was talking about when saying that this build is maybe a little bit better against top Zergs. Like here, I can just deny the creep for sure, which is just super, super nice. I don't think I'm going to get supply block, right? No, I just finished that one. Let's get the wall finished as well. Oh, I need to be very careful with that Reaper. Can't lose it. I haven't killed a lot of Zerglings, unfortunately. But maybe... I kind of hope that he's just feeling really safe. The thing is, that's actually very positive for me. Is before, no one was playing these extra Reaper openings. But recently, Maru, the best Terran player in the world, or second best perhaps, has been using 2-Rex Reaper, in which you don't really commit to making mass Reapers, but you just get like a decent amount of them, and then transition. If my opponent thinks that's what I'm doing, he might not go overboard on the Zerglings, which would be really, really good for us. Now, the command center is going to finish, and this is going to be what it's all about. I'm going to expand back at home. This is not like those 3-Rex Reaper strategies. Where I really have to go for the kill. So there we go, the planetary or the command center is flying in. He doesn't have too many drones. I'm really curious how this is gonna go. I really hope he doesn't have, or too many Zerglings rather, I meant. He doesn't have speed yet, which is great. And if we get this off, this would be absolutely massive, because this is blocking his entire economy. That is not that many Zerglings, I have to say. Still no speed out. Obviously, I can't afford to lose any of these. Let's see, I'm killing a lot. He's going for the planetary, but I'm killing so many of these Zerglings in the meantime. Is he going to be able to kill that? That Queen is probably going to fall. And wow, it's actually just dying a little bit too fast. And oh my goodness, guys. Is Zerg going to be our biggest nightmare again? I mean, so far the micro is decent here. We are going to be able to escape because of this cliff. And even though it could have been better, it also could have gone a lot worse. I could have lost the entire game there in an instant, but I didn't. Now, I'm going to have Probably make a barracks and a factory. And then I have like a nice 3-1-1 setup with 3 command centers. You know, looking at this, guys, my follow-up is really not that bad, is it? I already have a natural pretty much done. My 3rd CC is on the way. This might be like the most, how would I put this, quote-unquote legit planetary rush. Because the follow-up to this seems very nice. I think if the Zerg was a little bit greedier, I could have made it work this time. Sadly, I didn't. There's one enormous weakness to this kind of strategies, though, even if you play without the planetary rush. And that weakness is that a counter bailing bust is so hard to hold. I mean, you guys can imagine. I have a few Reapers, guys. I do not have enough to hold a bailing bust with 40 Zerglings behind it. That's just not going to happen. Now, how am I going to use these Reapers? I could either wait for him to leave his base and then just jump in with 1,000,000 Reapers. Or I could just try to YOLO in right away, hoping that he went for a lot of drones. I do think that option is unlikely, since he had enough Zerglings to beat this amount of Reapers anyway. So if I do that, I really need a lot of luck. Now, obviously, the psycho strategies I choose sometimes do need a little bit of luck anyway, so I'm not a stranger to that. But I don't want to completely rely on luck, at least. But I am very curious to see. After this game, I want to rewind. Doesn't matter whether we win or lose. And I want to see what the situation of the game is, because this build felt a little bit too clean. Like, this is not... you know, a follow-up to a PF rush should not be this good. At least it feels really good. I've been wrong in the past, though, where I think, like, man, I'm just absolutely insane, and then the Zerg is already at 100 supply with 2-2 and an Ultralisk Cavern on their way, you know? So let's not pretend that I, you know, have the 100% authority on this, but so far it does feel very good. Now, let's see what he's up to. I'm actually going to do a scan instead. He never made a bailing nest, actually. Oh, that is slightly on the greedy side. You know, I think we might have a small opening here. Check this out, guys. I have probably about 15 Marines by the time these medevacs come out. They are going to have Stim, I believe. Yeah, Stim is going to be finished. And he doesn't have Banelings. Now, he did have a lot of Queens. That's actually the biggest downfall here. I forgot about that for a second. He does have an absolute ton of Queens, so that's going to be very helpful for him in the defense. But maybe, if he's extra greedy, I can get away with this first attack, do a lot of damage, and get myself fully back into the game. Or if this follow-up is as good as I've been hyping it up to be, maybe we're going to be massively ahead as well. Now, that seems a little bit questionable. Okay, how many links is that? He does have one upgrade on them. I also have one upgrade on mine. Let's see. I should be able to micro this well enough, I think. Here we go. All those Banelings are gone. That was really nice target fire there. He's targeting the medevac, so I'm going to pull it back. Man, he had so many Zerglings here. Holy cow, that was a lot of Zerglings. Now, he didn't transfuse that queen. Wait, maybe if he's not paying attention. Ah, no. I think he had another queen, too. Yeah, you know. I don't think that was that bad. I know it sounds crazy to say, because I lost my army, but he lost his entire army, too. Plus a bunch of queens. So I really don't think it was that bad. And somehow we're finding ourselves into a pretty standard position for a TVZ after all that. Now, I do think he might have had a 4th base. I'm not sure if it's there. I guess it's most likely to be on the left side. Not quite sure what the standard 4th base is to take for, yeah, for ZVT on this map. Let's see, I can actually do a scan. Okay. Oh, there's actually no drones there yet. That is very nice to see. So he has the base, but without drones. That's always a little bit more comfortable. Let's spread a few mines. And yeah, this feels really crazy, because I legitimately do not remember playing a game that looked this standard on one of my videos. Now, maybe that was like in one of the ESL Cups, where I did a somewhat normal challenge. But I really don't remember playing this standard of a game recently, and the fact that it happened in the PF Rush game, to me, that's pretty funny. So now he does already have drones, which is pretty annoying. That's also just too many links. Oh, I didn't kill the queen. That's unfortunate. My upgrades are probably a little bit behind, I want to guess. I don't think they're massively behind, but they're a little bit behind for sure. I think his supply is also up. I want to guess that he has 135 supply right now, which is not that big of a deal, right? It doesn't sound so bad. I'm just going to get some free trades here. Oh, that Bailing Speed finished right in time. That was a little bit scary. I feel like I could have lost every single Marine there if I looked away for even 1 second longer. And let's get the drilling claws going, and then just deny some creep here. Like, I know there's no base on this side, but I just know from experience that Zerg is 10 times harder to play if there's no creep. Because I can just attack from this angle over and over. He's trying to bait the Widow Mines, but my micro was a little bit too good for that, so that's nice. Good to know that I'm still on point after taking a little bit of a break. It's funny, I'm always a bit worried when I don't play for a little bit, you know, because I'm sick or for whatever reason I'm on vacation. I'm always a little bit worried that I'm just going to be completely washed up. Now, the Marine splits, I still have to prove myself because that was very, yeah, relatively easy micro, I want to say. I can just keep unburrowing the mines. That's doing really good for me here, by the way. Let's see. He doesn't have 2-2 yet, so we can push a little bit further. Let's see what the marine splits are like. Pretty decent as well. It's time for a nice fourth base, too. Pretty decent fourth base timing here. Denied all the creep on this spot as well now, which is nice. And I'm just going to keep this minefield. What I'm doing right now, by the way, that's what it's supposed to look like. You want to have like a little bit of a minefield behind your army so you can always retreat. Like, you don't want to be super committed and leave it all to one fight. You want to be able to retreat over your minefield and let the minefield help you out. And then you just simply do some magic splits like this. And then you should be in a winning position. Just like that, guys. I say as if it is a guide. But I think that fight was truly good enough for me to win the game. All I have to do is target a few more Banelings. Probably just go for these Banelings as well. My opponent went for Hydras, which is quite a good unit against what I'm doing. But I think they're going to come out a little bit too late, to be honest. Oh, that Widowmine was huge. Fantastic. Let's go. Can we get one more big hit? Alright, I think it was good enough. Look how many freaking medevacs I have, by the way. I have 5 Marines here for 9 medevacs. Now, that is a composition, guys. Wait, did I... I think I... Oh, no, I did it. Okay, I thought I researched Servo instead of Drilling Claws. Giving me some flashbacks to... What was that series? Was it maybe... Cyclone Widowmine, right? Yeah, Cyclone Widowmine, where every single game I got the wrong upgrade. I think that's what it was. He's still making drones, which is kind of surprising. Now, I'm gonna move my minefield forward a little bit more. Take my fourth base at the same time. And at some point, there's just going to be too many mines for him to ever break. Like, I know there is a chance that you can break them, but there are so many. He needs really good mine. Oh, that's all the Hydras, actually. Okay. I was going to fly over his army and drop on top of the Queens, but that's a few too many Hydralists. Now, his micro has been pretty good, I have to admit. So it looks like he is going to break me. Really good drag by him on the Zergling there. Fantastically done. Really good mine hit there. And we have been pushed back surprisingly. Now, please, guys, let's go and repair these medevacs because they're just begging to be repaired. All of them 1 HP. But that's okay. As long as they're alive, we can repair them, and that's going to be still pretty efficient for us. Now, I didn't even realize... Oh, no, he didn't clear the mines. Wait, is there a queen here? Guys, if there's no queen here, we could just... Oh, this is going to be nice. I just love little moves like this. Let's go. How many kills? There we go. 5 kills. It's very simple, but it feels very good to do. There we go. Those medevacs are almost repaired up. I did forget to hotkey these for a split second. And with a split second, I mean I forgot to hotkey them for about 2 minutes. So that is a little bit of a mistake by me. But since my money was kept low all this time, it's also not that bad at the same time. Now, I do have to say, going up against the Hydras is a little bit scary. Hydras are... pretty complicated to deal with just Bio Widowmine, especially when I forgot my Marauders all this time. He found my fourth base just now. Let's see what he has here. He has a Spore on the high ground, so I need to be careful for that. At the same time, however, he does not have that much creep anymore in the middle, so it's really hard for him to split his units. There we go. Good amount of damage done on those. And his army is way bigger than mine, so I need to win this in the efficiency battle. Like, I cannot just straight up destroy him, even though I would like to. I'm going to have to win this in a slow trade. I'm actually just going to target down that hatchery over there and then fly away. This is, by the way, I know this is from my coaching. This is like the most underrated unit ever, by the way. What I always see Terrans do is they're stuck in a really poor fight and they try to like split their way out of it and look like, you know, the top players with their splits because it looks so cool, but then they lose 50 supply of units for killing a few Banelings. Well, in reality, that's the power of medevacs. You can just pick up your units and get the hell out of there. You don't need to do anything that you don't like. And that's also where a lot of the power from Terran comes from in general. Just taking quote-unquote free trades all the time. Did see a funny comment the other day on my videos. I'm not sure who said it anymore, but it said something like they liked how liberal I was with the term free trades. And I think it's totally true for like all the pros. Like if you kill like 7 Stalkers for 3 Marauders, you call it a free trade, you know, because it's just such a good trade. But I did make me realize that it's pretty funny. I used that in certain situations. Now, I think I'm just going to go for the easy micro here. I'm just going to pull all the Marines back and let the Marauders do the tanking. This fight looks like it's going to be good enough for me to close out this game. If the splits are good enough. There we go. The splits were quite good enough. The Liberators are still up. There are some Banelings in my base that didn't kill anything. Wait, was that just one Baneling that walked in there or something? It must have been, right? But anyway, this was a really nice game. Now, let's quickly go back to about 6-7 minutes and see if I was right that the follow-up to this build was actually insane. I was wrong. Okay, well, I mean, that's really what most of you expected. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty reasonably behind here. His upgrades are way better. He has a 4th base. And yeah, I mean, as you expected, of course, the planetary does have to do a little bit of damage. But the follow-up, judging by the fact that we were able to win relatively convincingly, from that point on, the follow-up is definitely good. Maybe I need to do something else that allows my planetary to be a little bit more efficient, but I'm not quite sure how I can do it. Like, I think this play in particular just had so many Zergness, there wasn't much I could do. But anyway, this is a fantastic warm-up game. Let's go to game number 2. All right, game number 2 is against a Grandmaster Protoss. Now, in the last episode, we went 1-1 against Protoss, I believe. And the first game, we played the Hellion strat. And that's another thing, kind of similar to the TVZ thing, where I feel like at high level against like really high MMR Protosses, we're kind of narrowed down to a few strategies. That's usually how it goes in these challenges, of course. At some point we figure out, you know, it's very fun to just go wild and try every kind of rush, which I have been doing, but at some point you reach players that are so good, you can only beat them with luck with a very specific strategy. And I think against Protoss, honestly, it's probably the Cyclones. And I don't mean the mass Cyclones in the macro game stuff, because that sucks, but the very fast Cyclone with the PF rush, very often I just manage to catch a few units off guard, and that way I can snowball to a victory. With the Hellions, I feel like the good Protosses are just a little bit too good at defending. They shut down the Hellions really fast. I don't get to distract them by running around all the time, and then eventually they just shut down the planetary. So against these really high MMR Protoss players, I do think I have to divert into going for mostly Cyclones. I could also still try the tank push with the Liberator. That could work. It's very situational, though. I mean, obviously, it is a planetary, so it always is. But I think it could work against some people. Like, if people would play, like, a very fast Robo, maybe a tank push is good. If they go for maybe, like, a greedy Blink build, it could be good. Problem is, most Blink builds these days are pretty aggressive. I think people always learn from the top players of their race, and something I noticed in a recent trend is that pretty much all the best Protoss players, they just play very aggressive, especially against Terran. Like, they just keep going for it over and over and over until the Terran is dead. So 4-gate Blink on 2 bases is way more popular than taking a 3rd with 2-gate Blink. And that's also what's going to make this PF rush a little bit harder to execute. Now, it's funny because I feel like recently a lot of our success comes against Stargate, when on theory, Stargate is also the hardest counter. But maybe it's a bit harder to actually execute that properly. So maybe I should be hoping for a Stargate, I'm not quite sure. Now, what sucks about this... Oh, there's no expansion here. Wait, my opponent is... Yeah, okay, he is Protoss. I thought I confused him for a second. Let's see. Okay, for a second I was like, wait, is he AFK? There's nothing here. So we are being cheesed. Pretty hardcore cheesed as well, because there's absolutely nothing here, guys. Now, this is funny because... Wait, this could be Void Race, potentially. My first guess would always be that there's a Gateway proxy, because it's just the most common. But there's a lot of gas, and I haven't found anything close to my base. Now, why I think this is funny is because it's... might be similar to, like, TVT, where this is the best case scenario for me. If they proxy Reaper me, that is... excuse me, the best case scenario by far, because then the CC flies in uncontested and you can just kill whatever there is. Now, I think I'm gonna have to start making Marines instead here. What I'm scared of is that this is a proxy robo. I think there's a decent chance at this point, because it's very far away, this is a proxy robo. Proxy Stargate, they start making batteries close to your base very fast. Proxy robo, it's a lot later. And obviously one Immortal would kill the planetary, but also is really good against the Cyclones, especially in combination with a Prism. Now, you could also just be faking me out, in which case would not be that bad. The worst thing of that would be that I didn't make like extra Reapers or stuff. Like the fact that I make these Marines, these are going to be relatively useless in the attack. Let's just scout the edges of the map, see what he's actually up to. And then keep in mind I gotta make an engineering bay as well, of course. There still haven't found, and this is very surprising, I haven't found anything at all. So there, oh, we found the Robo after all. That is so far away. Does he have that base, maybe? Why else would it be that far? Like, holy cow, that is really far. Okay, there we go. We're gonna be able to kill that Stalker, actually, I think. With some good micro. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Now, where do I put down the command center? I think I'm gonna put it down right there and just shut down his production. I think that is the best idea I have here. Now, he's gonna have a Prism at some point. Now, the problem is I don't have anything to cover this planetary, so he could just block it with a single unit or something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna build it here. I mean, trying to get this into the main base. Wait, did he just... I hope he just warped those in and didn't just recall those. That would be hilarious. Well, that is kind of my cue to move out on the map here. So he didn't have the base in the corner. I kind of imagine he probably has... Yeah, exactly. He probably has a Warp Prism. Oh, this is going to be huge. I think we might be able to get a fantastic trade here, guys. Check this out. And then we're going to get one... Oh, I wanted to get one locked on the prism. There we go. We actually did get the prism, which is fantastic. He's going to lose that prism with... Oh, almost. I almost microed out of it, but he did lose the prism with the immortal on side, which is absolutely massive for us. Those are 2 units that are super, super important. Now, what is the situation of this game, guys? Am I winning this game hard? Is this bad for me because I didn't have any momentum early on? I mean, the tech lab stayed on. Guys, all these stalkers are going to die here. This is absolutely massive for us. He might literally have to recall this to save himself. There we go. We found all the stalkers. That's 3 stalkers that are just gonna die for free. He's not even microing them because he didn't expect my cyclones to be here. There you go. Those all die. Let's see. There's no nexus yet. I guess I should probably be expanding myself behind it. I like how my command center has just somehow, despite everything, my command center might still be the MVP here. Just because it has distracted him and pulled all those stalkers out of position. Now, I need to use the lock-ons here. Oh, he recalled. Is that an immortal that he recalled? Or... Oh, we got the lock-on to the immortal. Guys, this is massive. There we go. He's going to lose that immortal for free right now. He's going to lose all the stalkers for free as well. That prism pickup was incredibly clutch. Now, I'm going to bring my command center in here. This is everything that matters right now. The command center is here, but he's going to be able to kite me, which is super annoying. We're going to lose 1 immortal because the SCVs are too slow. Oh wait, did I just kill the immortal? Guys, I think I just killed the immortal, didn't I? Okay, so the SCVs arrived here now. I can actually be repairing this. I got a lock onto the prism. Can I get the prism? He doesn't have a chrono boost right now. The prism does survive for now. Oh my god, this has to be the craziest thing yet. Let's see. Can I lock onto some stalkers? That'd be massive. There we go. He's gonna try to kill these. Excuse me, I did get another stalker there. These cyclones are still alive somehow. Let's kill the last remaining of these probes. This planetary is going to stay up as well, which is massive. There we go. He's still trying to kill it desperately, but we're still alive. And he doesn't have time to target these 1 HP cyclones. Look how low these cyclones are, guys. But he just doesn't have the time to kill these. Now what I can do is just lock onto the battery real quick. The battery is everything that's keeping him alive. I wanted to drop a meal, but I don't have energy for a meal. The SCV is going to finish to repair the planetary just in time, I think. The planetary is going to stay up with that last meal, and I believe we have freaking done it. Oh my goodness, another absolutely incredible planetary attack. I think my planetary there one-shot another worker, and there we freaking go. Oh my goodness, guys. PF to GM. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. This has to be the best series ever, because oh my god, what was this attack? What was this game? We did need some things to go well for us. The Cyclone proved us well here, mostly because I was able to snipe that prism back in our base. That was really, really useful. If I didn't kill that, it would have been really tough. I couldn't move out. Once again, sorry about the coughing, guys. I'm still recovering from a cold. But anyway, this was a beautiful game. Let's go to game number 3. All right, 3rd game of the day is against a Barcode Protoss. Now, I'm not actually sure if this is the same Protoss we played before. I did take about a 5-minute break for my throat to recover after that last game. I'm not quite sure if he was also a Kaczynski portrait, because the MMR looks very similar. Like, if you'd ask me, and I didn't double check, I would say the MMR is exactly the same. So I guess I'll just assume that it's the same guy. That's going to make it very difficult, of course. Because he knows that we are, you know, going to do something absolutely ridiculous. You know, I do wonder, by the way, how many people have connected. Because, let me explain this, okay? If you play in GM, if you play in Masters, I think everyone has their own meta at the MMR. For example, if I ask my friend who is 4K MMR about an opponent at 4K, he'll probably say like, oh, that guy? Yeah, he's the proxy Stargate guy or whatever, right? So maybe at this MMR, people will say, oh, Salt Cannon, that's the proxy planetary guy. But would they actually connect the name Salt Cannon and realize my name is basically a proxy planetary? Because Salt Cannon, I think, is a very funny name. But people might not necessarily think that the Salt Cannon is the planetary rush, right? Now, this game, I kind of wanted to go for a Hellions, but if my opponent's going to be cheesy like he was in the last game, that's going to be very, very difficult, I think. Hellions usually do very well against slow defensive macro players that don't play Stargate. Now, if my opponent goes for a Robo, that's good. If he builds a Robo next to my base right away, that's not so good. Now, let's see what he does. I'm just going to go and scout his base and see what's going on. Oh, I do need to make a Reaper instead of a Marine. Marine would have been a little bit worse. Now, let's see. Is that another one-base build? I knew it. Okay. Now, he is making this stuff at home. Guys, I'm scared. I'm actually very scared here because there's no way I can kill someone with the same stuff twice when he's on one base. I feel like there's... If that works, I don't even know what to say. Is that possible? I feel like I should get an... If I do that, I should get an award, honestly. Because that just... It sounds too ridiculous. Now, I guess the best thing I can do is build it here. Because it's a little bit harder to scout. Like, there's no way I can get away with making it there again. I feel like that would just be a little bit too easy for him to deal with. Now, there's the robo. We found it already. So that's actually very fast. What am I going to do against it, though? I was kind of considering going for a Hellion drop. Like, reactively. I can build... Yeah, actually, I'm just going to try that. I'll build a starport here. There we go. That probe is going to fall. And then... Okay, this is actually very sneaky. I'm going to sneak by. Check this out. I'm going to sneak by and build... Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, I went the wrong path. Okay, this sucks. I wanted to sneak by and still build it here because he wouldn't see it coming. Let's see. Okay, so there is a stalker here. I'm not going to be able to get my planetary up. Well, at least this could be like a pretty good trick. Can he see in the bushes? I don't think so, right? No, he can't see in the bushes. That is massive. I'm going to be able to kill this stalker, I think. If I micro perfectly, I'll kill it without losing a unit. I didn't micro perfectly because I grenaded my own Reaper. Oh, no. Why did they bug out on the low ground there? Okay, so I'm going to lose a Reaper for it, but still, it's going to be a pretty good trade. Now, I do need to make a bunker. I also still need to make the command center. But this could have actually been a perfect mind game, because maybe now he won't expect the planetary anymore because he killed the SCV. Now, we're not going to be able to kill that anymore, unfortunately. Can I say the Reaper? Answer is no. I do have a couple of Hellions out already. And I guess now I'm just going to have to go for tank Viking while proxying a planetary. That's the best thing I can do. Medevac is going to be out just in time, I believe. There we go. Start the Viking instantly. Oh, he can't see the Medevac, though. If he sees the Medevac, it's all over. Let's see, let's get those boys into the bunker. Get my Medevac loaded up. And then I'll just build a command center here. Now, this was such a hectic game that this command center feels very, very, very late. But I guess he might not expect it. If I was him in this position, I would just put 2 stalkers on this ramp so I can't go in. And then come over with the rest and kill me. Basically what he's doing right now, right? That's probably a few too many SCVs. I don't think I need that many. There we go. He's gonna kill the tech lab, but it's not that big of a deal, really. And now I'm gonna go in here. Let's get the Marines back in the bunker for safety. And if he had blocked his ramp... Yeah, exactly. That's what he did. Oh, not the best first volley here. He's gonna use the battery overcharge, which is not the best. I couldn't hide there. Oh, no. I thought I was actually gonna be able to escape and hide there. Now we are in a pretty tough position. I do still have my... Okay, I couldn't even see my Viking, but there it is. Now, will I ever still get to use my planetary? That is the question. The easiest answer is just to say no, because how am I ever going to get in here with this planetary still at this point? I'm going to start another tank. Maybe... Okay, this sounds absolutely ridiculous, by the way, but maybe the best choice I have here is to just put the planetary on his natural. I know it sounds really stupid, but if I put it in his... Like, he had so many stalkers and he has 3 gates. Like, there's absolutely no way I'll get through that. Like, literally, I think there's 0 chance I will be able to just fly it in his natural. Maybe I should just put it on his natural. If there's no Nexus yet, at least. Let's see. Is there a Nexus being built? I kind of thought there would be. Now, guys, I'm getting crazier and crazier ideas the more I think about this. I can put my planetary over here, out of vision of the pylon, and then use it as, like... a stepping stone to leapfrog with my tanks in his base. Now, I need so much luck for this. But I guess technically, if he sent all of his units to my base because I lost the medevac, I might be able to actually get this planetary up, push across the map, and then do some real damage. Now, I would love to find the warp prism. I kind of have a feeling he's somewhere around here, like kind of waiting for me. You know, to move out or something like that. Doesn't look like it, though. Now, a good thing for me as well, the robo is here, so an observer will go straight to my... Yeah, exactly. An observer is right here. It will go straight to my base and not fly over this planetary. I'm just going to scan this observer. Obviously, I don't want to be seen as I move out. And I know he has a massive army. Possibly right here down this ramp. Not yet. But the planetary... Oh, no. He's going to see it just in time. I didn't get a chance to arrive yet. And that is unfortunate. I didn't really like my idea. But let's be honest, guys. His build was just a little bit too good for this strategy. Now, I'm going to pull all the workers. Or not all of them, but most of them. And just freaking go for it. I think it's my best shot I have. That is another observer, so he's most likely going to be right up this ramp if I had to guess. He's going to try to kill that tower, but he's going to be a little bit too late with that, which is nice. If that collapses on your army, you lose everything, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Some splits. Oh, really nice splits there, okay. Man, he is so far ahead after this, actually. It's pretty crazy. think we're actually gonna land these. Oh, he's going for the Liberator. It's gonna give me some free kills. There we go. Oh my god, all of his units are outside. That is really good for us. Maybe we can get a tank if we're lucky. Got some decent shots there, if I have to say. Now, we do still need a lot of luck, and more importantly, we need our opponent to mess up here. Some splits. There we go. Good splits again. Glad I can count on myself in this scenario. And I guess we're just gonna go forward more and more over time. Let's see if we can get a nice hit off. There we go. That was decent. Not the best hit ever, but it was decent enough. Should I start making some bunkers? They could actually work. Okay. Be very careful here. Alright. I mean, as long as the tank stays alive, that's pretty nice. He's gonna kill it now. Kills most of the SCVs too. And with 2 disruptors, I do kind of fear that we have nothing to do anymore in this game. I'm still gonna try, of course. Man, he has a lot of gateways too. Wait, this doesn't look like the best fight for him ever, to be honest, guys. Look at this. He's gonna lose a lot. Wait, where's the Stalkers? Guys? Where did the Stalkers go? I'm not quite sure. Okay, he doesn't kill a single unit with that Nova. I mean, that fight was so good for us. Maybe there is a small chance. I also do have 2 Liberate. Did he put the Stalkers in the main by any chance? Are those the same Stalkers that I just saw? No freaking... Guys, have we just won this game as well? What the hell was this? I don't even... Huh? Why do we have the same amount of workers? Did he even pull his workers to the fight? I'm not sure. Guys, we just beat a 2 base, 2 disruptor, 2 immortal, 3 gate Protoss with a 1-1-1 after a failed planetary rush, after a failed Hellion drop. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we were not supposed to win this game at all. I don't know why we won. In my head, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I even count this one as a loss. All right, this was pretty flabbergasted. It was crazy. I don't even know how to feel right now, but we did get 3 dubs, which is fantastic. RMR, I think, is at a peak high, and that's gonna be it for this episode. Once again, sorry for the coughing and stuff, but obviously it's not quite my fault. I just really felt like going back to recording. Anyway, let me guys know what you thought of the mic. Let me know what you guys thought of the games. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.